So for the regular housing loan program po, ang Pag-IBIG offers two loan programs for its eligible members, the regular housing loan program and the affordable housing loan program. So under the regular housing loan program, you can now borrow up to 6 million pesos. So we doubled it po no, from 3 million to 6 million to give a better opportunity for the member to have their dream property po talaga. So from 3 million to 6 million with a low interest rates and borrower-friendly terms. So I'm sure po you understand the first 2 points, but let me emphasize the third point. Our borrower are given the longest payment loan term of 30 years, so which will provide greater flexibility in paying off their monthly amortizations. So with these 30 years po, mas magaan po sa bulsa nila, and at the same time, hindi naman din po if should they prefer po na mas ma-shorten yung kanilang loan term, pwede pa rin po. So ang kailangan lang naman po kasi doon ni Pag-IBIG Fund is that you pay at least equivalent to your 1 month amortization or more than, and then you will inform Pag-IBIG Fund na applied to principal po siya para po mas ma-credit, mas mabawasan po yung ating loan term. So the 30 years loan term po is just an opportunity po for our members to give them a lighter payment option. Okay, so kindly po and also for the borrower-friendly terms, if you are a Pag-IBIG Housing Loan borrower po, you are assured that we will extend the best assistance that we can in helping you keep your home. So Pag-IBIG Fund also allow yung multiple loan availment natin. So dati po kasi, Pag-IBIG Fund allows only you to avail of a housing loan once. So you need to fully pay it first before you can avail of a new one. But now, yung multiple loan availment natin, the borrower may apply for subsequent loans provided that the aggregate loan value must not exceed 6 million pesos po. Per individual po kasi yon, and that the existing housing loan is updated and the member has satisfactorily met the requirements including that of their income. So that's another good news po. So marami po kasi tayong mga borrower ngayon that they have the capacity to pay. So when they have the capacity, but then they need to fully pay it first yung kanilang loan before they can avail of a new one. Pero ngayon po, regardless, kahit po may existing loan sila, they can avail of a new property for a different location, basta kaya pa po ng kanilang capacity to pay. So that's the multiple loan availment, right? Next. So for the regular housing loan, ito po yung interest rates ni Pag-IBIG Fund. So the interest rates of our Pag-IBIG Housing Loan remain at its lowest levels. We keep our rates low to help you secure home under the most affordable terms. The interest rate on your loan is based on the repricing period that you choose. For loans with 1-year repricing, interest rate is at 5.75%, while the 3-year repricing rate is at 6.250%. So as you can see here in our table, meron po dito mga interest rates with corresponding fixing term. Similar to banks, na parang meron po siyang repricing period din po ba yung tinatawag nila doon? Ganun din po kay Pag-IBIG Fund. Kung ano po yung interest rates doon, may corresponding po siya na fixing term. Now, don't be confused po with our fixing term. The fixing term is kung gaano po tayo katagal naka-lock in for that particular interest rates. While for the loan term is kung gaano po tayo katagal magbabayad ng ating yung length or duration po ng pagbabayad ng ating housing loan. So our borrower may choose to avail of a 1-year fixing at 5.750 or a 3-year fixing. So the borrower now has the option to choose kung ano po yung interest rates na mag-a-apply sa kanyang housing loan. Unlike before, na naka-cross subsidy si Pag-IBIG Fund, before po kasi when you avail of a higher loan, higher din po ang inyong magiging interest rates. But now, regardless of the loan value, the borrower has the option to choose the lowest interest rates that may apply for his loan. So, paano naman po kung kunwari after the 3-year, natapos na po yung kanyang fixing term na 6.250, actually po before a month pa lang, mag-i-inform na si Pag-IBIG Fund that your 3-year fixing period will end. So the borrower now will choose kung ano po yung interest rates or fixing period again na mag-a-apply sa kanyang housing loan. If hindi po siya nag-signify ng kanyang desire po to keep that kung ano po yung interest rates na pipiliin niya, ipipeg po namin siya ulit sa 3-year fixing hanggang sa matapos po yung kanyang loan term or ma-fully pay po niya ang kanyang housing loan. So yun po ang process natin. Okay. So, ito po yung mga loan purposes that Pag-IBIG Fund offers. So, where can you use or what can you buy with Pag-IBIG Housing Loan? I am seeing po dito yung nag-raise ng hand. I'm not sure, pero I guess later po yung ating question and answer. Tama po ba, Sir Mark?
Yes, Ma'am Via. Question and answer
Okay.
will be entertained after Ma'am Via's talk.
So, all right, thank you po. So, let me continue po. Allow me to continue. So, for the loan purposes that Pag-IBIG Fund offers, common notion kasi natin when availing of Pag-IBIG Housing Loan is just really purchasing a house and lot. Tama po. Karamihan sa ating mga members or buyers when they say that Pag-IBIG Fund, automatic parang mga foreclosed properties or brand new houses. But actually po, madami po kayong pwedeng paggamitan ng inyong housing loan. It can either be purchase of residential lot or adjoining residential lot, maximum of 1,000 square meter. It can be a purchase of residential house and lot, townhouse, or even condominium unit, inclusive of parking slot. So it may be old or brand new. So pagka-old po yung mga kapitbahay nyo na binibenta yung property, pagka brand new from our developer, or yung mga property rin na currently naka-mortgage po with Pag-IBIG Fund. So pwede din po yun. If you own also a lot, or kung sino po yung sa immediate family member natin, you want to construct a house on it, pwede rin po siya. And of course, for the improvement of house or yung tinatawag po natin na renovation, ina-allow din po natin siya.
Ma'am Via, sorry. Sorry. Ma'am, there are concerns. Mahina daw po yung audio speaker niyo.
Mahina po. Okay, kindly hold
Yes,
po. Kindly hold po.
Sige po, ma'am.
Paano ba to? Okay, kindly hold po.
Sige po. So yun, if ever there are questions, please ready. So after Ma'am Via's talk, we'll be entertaining po yung mga questions natin. So you can type sa chat box natin. So at least after the talk, we can address your inquiries. So yan. So while waiting for Ma'am Via, yun, you can already type your questions at in chat box. Para at least i-queue na natin for answer later on. Thank you.
Hello. Yes. Hi. Please let me know po kung meron pang issue with regards sa sa sounds natin. Okay na po so far, sir?
For me, ma'am, okay na. How about the others? Can you hear Ma'am Via's voice? Yan. Okay na daw, Ma'am Via. You can
All right.
continue.
So, okay. So, let me continue lang po where are we? So, nandito po tayo dun sa loan purposes pa rin. For the construction and improvement of house, kung meron po kayong property that you own, nakapangalan po sa atin, or even to our immediate family member, pwede po tayo magpatayo or magpa-renovate ng ating bahay, ng ating property. Okay? For if in any case na yung property po is hindi po sa atin, naka-name, pwede po kung sino po yung title owner, we'll just need to execute a special power of attorney authorizing you to mortgage the property in their behalf. Okay, so that's another loan purposes. And then we also have a refinancing of an existing housing loan. So if you feel like dito naman po sa refinancing, ang case po natin dito, we will take out your loan from that institution. Pag-IBIG Fund will fully pay it po, and it will be transferred na to Pag-IBIG Fund. So sa Pag-IBIG Fund na po kayo magbabayad. So that is refinancing po. If you feel like medyo namamahalan na po kayo sa inyong monthly amortization, you can always check with Pag-IBIG Fund, baka po mas mababa na ang magiging monthly natin, as well as you will also enjoy your Pag-IBIG Fund benefits. So for refinancing, ang kailangan lang po natin dito, at least for the last 6 months, meron po tayong perfect payment na history, and as well as the title po should be under your name na. Kasi po pagka bumibili naman tayo normally sa isang developer, tina-transfer na po yan after 18 months or 2 years po, no? Pagka good payer po tayo, nakapangalan na po yan sa inyo. So, pwede na rin po na yan i-refinance ni Pag-IBIG Fund. Alright? So, Yun po yung mga loan purposes natin. This can also be combined depending on the loan purposes that you need. Depending on the loan that you need, pwede po tayo purchase ng residential lot and then kayo po yung magko-construct ng bahay, or pwede rin po kayo mag-purchase ng residential house and lot and then sasabayan nyo po ng improvement of house. So, pwede po yan natin i-combine depending po sa need ng ating member. Okay? Now, who may apply? So, to be eligible to apply, members need to satisfy the following conditions. First, must have made at least 24 monthly savings in Pag-IBIG Fund with at least 1 month savings deposited within the last 6 months. So, pag sinabi po natin na updated for the last 6 months lang po, kahit 1 month lang po doon, mayroon po kayong savings. So, for members naman po whose monthly savings are still short of the requirement, they can opt to pay in lump sum to satisfy the minimum monthly savings. Okay, so second, it must not be more than 65 years old at the date of loan application and must not be more than 70 years old when the loan matures. So dito po, we do encourage po yung mga members natin na hanggat wala pa po silang 65, pwede po silang mag-apply. And then at the same time po kasi ang loan maturity natin is at the age of 70 lang. So dapat po pag tumungtong po ang borrower ng 70, fully paid niya na po yung kanyang housing loan. Now, how would you know po if the member, kung gaano po yung pwedeng katagal maging loan term po ng ating housing loan borrower? So ganito lang po, i-deduct nyo lang po yung 70 less the current age of the borrower. Yun po yung kanilang maximum loan term. Okay? That's the maximum. But still, discretion pa rin yun ni borrower kung ano yung magiging loan term niya. Kung gusto niyang mas shorter, pwede naman po. But ang kaakibat lang nun, mas malaking monthly amortization. If they will opt to avail of that maximum loan term, lahat po ng mga 40 years old pababa, 30 years, at least may option sila na makapagbayad na medyo mas maliit yung kanilang monthly amortization. Again, as I mentioned kanina, pwede naman silang accelerated payments or a payment apply to principal para din ma-shorten din yung kanilang loan term. So that's the equivalent of the shortened loan term. Okay? Third, must have the legal capacity to acquire property in the Philippines as indicated by the law. So naman pa, explanatory. And four, no Pag-IBIG housing loan that was foreclosed, cancelled, bought back, or voluntarily surrendered due to default po. So yan po yung ito naman po, I'm sure that most of our Pag-IBIG Fund members are aware of this. So kung tayo naman po ay mag-housing loan, let's make it a point na ating housing loan, we treat our housing loan as our responsibility, our obligation. So iwasan po nating ma-foreclosean ng mga property na ating inaay or binibili kasi sayang naman din po, no? Nag-invest na rin po tayo dito. So let's maintain the good standing of our account. If in any case lang po na hindi na talaga natin siya makakaya for some reason, might as well sell it. So iwasan lang po natin mag-foreclose. Sell it to anyone who is capable in continuing the loan. Pero po tayo ay maklear din sa ating obligation with Pag-IBIG Fund. Alright? So, and last, if meron po kayong existing Pag-IBIG housing loan or short-term loan, payments must be updated lang po. And vice versa. So, mayroon po tayo mga short-term loan na tinatawag like calamity loan and multipurpose loan which will be discussed later. Yun po yung kind of short-term loan natin. Pwede pa rin po kayong mag-avail nun kahit may housing loan kayo, provided lang na updated po yung ating housing loan. Kung gusto niyo rin pong mag-avail ng short-term loan, pwede pa rin naman po kayong mag-avail nun provided na updated din po yung ating payment sa ating monthly amortization sa ating housing loan. Alright? So, next. How much can you borrow? So, dito rin po, marami pong notion yung ating mga Pag-IBIG Fund members or borrowers dito in terms of the amount that Pag-IBIG Fund will provide to our or will grant to our members, to our borrowers. Actually po, hindi lang yan nagre-revolve around sa capacity to pay ng ating mga members, borrowers. Meron po kami dyang basis na sinusunod, whichever is the lowest of the three factor po, the actual need, the capacity to pay, and the loan to appraisal value ratio, yun po yung i-grant sa inyo ni Pag-IBIG Fund. Now, how does this work? So, under the regular housing loan program, a member may borrow up to 6 million pesos. However, the loan amount the borrower will receive shall still depend on whichever is the lowest of these three factors. Yung actual need natin refers to kung kayo po ay mag-purchase ng lot or residential unit, how much is the selling price? Yun yung kailangan nyo. Pag refinancing naman po, magkano ba yung outstanding loan balance nyo with sa bank or sa financial institution na iyon? For the house construction naman or home improvement, magkano ba yung magagastos nyo? Magkano yung total construction cost nyo? That is what you need. That is what the borrowers need. Now, yung need ng borrower, ibabangga natin yan sa kanyang income or sa capacity to pay. The good news po with Pag-IBIG Fund is that we now looking up to your gross monthly income instead of your net disposable income. So, hindi na po issue sa amin ngayon kung mababa po yung kanilang net disposable income because sa GMI po kami nakatingin which is now 35% of their gross. Okay? So, ibabangga po natin yung income against dun sa actual need ni borrower. Kung kaya po ng income ni borrower, magpuproceed din tayo sa third factor which is the appraisal value ng property. If not, hindi po kaya ng income ni borrower, doon po papasok yung tracking provision ni Pag-IBIG Fund wherein a borrower may get up to 2 co-borrowers po. A principal borrower may get up to 2 co-borrowers. So the 3 of them may tack into a single loan to meet the income requirements of Pag-IBIG Fund. So sino-sino po yung pwedeng maging co-borrowers po ng ating principal borrower? Pwede po yung kanyang immediate family member up to second civil degree of consanguinity, or actually po, inaalaw na rin po ni Pag-IBIG Fund ngayon, even yung non-relative co-borrower. So that's another good news po for our Pag-IBIG Fund members that hindi na tayo limited sa ating kamag-anak, pwede na po nilang maging co-borrower yung kanilang mga friend, fiancé, even their neighbors, pwede na po. Basta what we would like to be assured of lang is that they are actually committed in availing of that loan. So magkakaroon lang po kami ng meeting with our officer or with the management to determine lang po yung kanilang desire po to avail of that particular property. Okay, so yun po. So kung solve na po yung income ni borrower, mayroon po siyang kinuha na co-borrower, let's say kunwari po mayroon po siyang kumuha po siya ng co-borrower, then we will check now the appraisal of the property. Yung appraisal ba ng property is just the same dun sa selling price. So meron po tayong loan to appraisal value ratio na tinitingnan. Up to the economic housing limit, 95% of that yung binibigay namin appraised value. So yung economic housing limit natin, as you all know, for the brokers is 1.7 million. And over the economic housing limit po is over 1.7 to 6 million po. So 90% yung binibigay po namin doon. So let's say po meron po tayong, yun po yung magiging appraisal po ng property or yung value lang po ng property sa amin. So let's say po, actual example po tayo, mayroon po kayong binibili na property worth 1 million pesos. So the selling price is 1 million. Based on the capacity to pay, kunwari, ng ating borrower is that they can avail of a 1.6 million housing loan. So pasok po yung income natin. And the third value that we will check po is how much is the appraisal of the property. If the appraisal also fits at 1 million pesos, so 95% of that is equals to 950,000 pesos. So going back po to the basic rule, which is lowest of the three factors, yun po yung i-grant sa atin ni Pag-IBIG Fund. So the 1 million against 1.6 against the sa 950,000 pesos. So ang ipapaborrow po sa inyo ni Pag-IBIG Fund is the 950,000 pesos. So doon po yung basis ng ating granting yung loanable amount. Okay? Klaro po tayo? Thumbs up lang po tayo kung para naman po nakikita kung nagpa-participate tayo. Alright? So, thank you so much. Okay, and this table naman po, here is the sample computation of the amount you can borrow based on your income or capacity to pay. So, the table also shows your estimated monthly amortization based on the amount you can borrow. This breakdown is for a 30-year term under a 1-year fixing period at 5.750% per annum. So, you may visit also our housing loan affordability calculator at www.pagibigfund.gov.ph/ac to determine your desired loanable amount based on your income or to determine the required income for your desired loanable amount. So this is just an illustration na po, sample lang po. If you desire to avail of a 1.250 million na loan, ang required income lang natin is 20,000 plus, while the estimated monthly amortization is 7,294 lang. But you can get to know more of this based on your income sa ating housing loan amortization calculator. Para lang po itong sample illustration lang natin, right? So, Pag-IBIG Fund also offers the affordable housing loan for minimum wage earners. So, although I am sure that meron
Ma'am
po
Via,
tayong...
sorry.
Yes, sir.
Some of our participants are requesting if you could slow down po a little bit daw.
Ay, sure po.
Sige po. Yes. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Yes.
Thank you for that comment, sir. I'm not really aware po, but yes, thank you. All right. So, meron din po tayong affordable housing loan for our minimum wage earners. So, I'm sure a lot of you here are not really not inclined na to know more about this, but we would like to take this opportunity so that baka po meron kayong mga kakilala who may be qualified under this program. Please let them know that they can also borrow with Pag-IBIG Fund even if they are minimum wage earners po. So this program is actually particularly created for them. So they can borrow as much as 750,000 pesos at a subsidized interest rates. So later po I'll be showing the interest rates with a 30 years maximum loan term. So since Pag-IBIG Fund po is tax exempt, whatever we say, we float it back to the member through the form of interest subsidy. So that's why in the Affordable Housing Loan Program, ang interest rates po dito per annum is only at 3%. So mas mababa po compared to the regular interest rates compared to the interest rates ni Pag-IBIG Fund in the regular housing loan. Okay? So for this property po, they can borrow. However, for this affordable housing loan program natin, mayroon po tayong tinitingnan dito na income and yung cluster po ng ating borrower. So if you qualified po sa income, let's say ang cluster po natin or kung saan po tayo nagtatrabaho is located within NCR area and you are earning at least not more than 15,000 pesos, you can now borrow as much as 580,000 pesos with a 2,445 estimated monthly amortization. So ganyan lang po kababa. So, bakit pa po sila mangungupahan pa kung kaya naman po nilang magkabahay na at this point with 2,445 na monthly amortization. And also, if you are earning not more than 17,500 pesos, they can borrow as much as 750,000 pesos at 4.7 naman po na at 4,740 naman na monthly amortization. So, this is computed at 3% interest rate per annum with a 30-year loan term. Okay? So, yun po yung ating regular Pag-IBIG affordable housing loan for our minimum wage earners. So again, we do hope po that kung meron po tayong mga kakilala, especially yung mga kasambahay po natin or yung mga drivers po natin, please to inform them that si Pag-IBIG Fund po is my program also for them wherein they can also find po a suitable property for them at this value. Paano po kung lumagpas yung kanilang income dun sa bracket po? So, papasok po sila sa regular housing loan. Basta po yung income natin dito for NCR is 15,000 and 17,500. For the regions naman po, if located tayo outside NCR area, dapat po ang income natin is not more than 12,000 para po makapag-borrow ng 580,000 pesos and 14,000 naman po para makapag-borrow ng hanggang 750,000 pesos. Alright? So, dito naman po sa improve insurance coverage po ni Pag-IBIG Fund. So, we are also glad to inform you that Pag-IBIG Fund through its numerous efforts po has finally came up with a better insurance premium. So nag-bid out po tayo dito, nag-conduct po tayo ng bidding and the winner po ng winning bidder po natin nag-provide po siya ng better insurance features po for our members. So Pag-IBIG Fund housing loan programs do not just have low interest rates. We also offer better and improved insurance coverage for our borrowers. So for the mortgage redemption insurance po, our borrowers enjoy lower premium rates with additional benefits that are not usually offered by other shelter financing institutions. So yung MRI po gives our borrowers additional security as it protects their home from foreclosure in cases of total permanent disability or death of the borrower. So, correct me po if I'm wrong, but when you apply for a housing loan under bank or other institution, hiwalay pa po yung binabayaran natin na insurance premium. I've encountered that, kaya medyo aware po ako na hiwalay pa po, annually charge tayo. But with Pag-IBIG Fund, nakatuck-in na po yung insurance premium natin doon sa ating housing loan. So you are assured that for the life of the borrower and for the property, protected tayo. Okay? So paano ba yun nag-work? So again, we cut it down yung cost natin from 0.41 centavo per 1,000 to 0.2225 per 1,000 na lang po. So napakababa po niyan. So hindi po ito almost nararamdaman ni borrower na binabayaran niya sa kanyang housing loan. So, apart from that, yung burial benefit natin from none to 26,000 in case of the death of the member, meron po siyang added benefit na makukuha. Meron din pong wake expense assistance na 4,000. So, yung dati rin po nating MRI or mortgage redemption insurance, ang effect lang po ng full payment ng housing loan is upon the death of the member. But now, even the effect of total permanent disability, may full payment po tayo ng housing loan. So it means medyo secure po ang ating mga member na in case na hindi na sila mag-fit to work due to a permanent disability, pwede pong ma-fully pay yung kanyang housing loan. Because that's a common fear of our members, of our borrowers, na tayo yung breadwinner, paano pag may hindi magandang nangyari sa atin, paano itutuloy ng ating immediate family member natin yung housing loan. But the good news with Pag-IBIG Fund is that covered po tayo ng mortgage redemption insurance as well as the fire and REB Lic insurance. So yan po yung features nun. Meron po tayong full payment in case of total permanent disability. Okay, so in case din po for the effect of terminal illness, meron din po tayong tinatawag na 18 months amortization support. Ayan po yung features na pinaprovide nila. So, kunwari po, nag-declare po na terminally ill ang borrower natin in the duration of his or her housing loan, magbabayad po si insurance premium natin ng 18 months amortization support. So, how will it work po? It will secure po yung payment amortization ng ating borrower. So, in case po in the event na namatay po yung ating borrower, masisecure po ng family yung kanyang immediate family yung kanyang property. Ibig sabihin po, hindi po ma-foreclose because of non-payment. Kumbaga, tinulungan po tayo ng insurance provider na mapunuan at least for the 1.5 years yung payment po natin doon. Okay, so yun po yun. So ito po yung mga sample ng mga improved features ng ating insurance wherein wala before. Pero ngayon po, mas pinaganda na. And wait, there's more for the fire and allied perils insurance or for the property. As I've mentioned, covered din po tayo ng ating insurance wherein you can get also up to 15,000 pesos na rental assistance in cases po that yung property natin is an uninhabitable. So, parang in cases po na masunog po yung property natin, hindi po tayo gaano mag-worry because meron po siyang ipoprovide na 15,000. Once we declared, of course, with Pag-IBIG Fund, na ganun po may nangyaring accident po or something dun sa property po natin. In case of other acts of God or fortuitous events, pwede rin po tayo mag-claim sa insurance provider natin, but subject to their review and assessment din po yan and approval. Si insurance provider po ay magde-determine if our borrower can claim and how much they can claim for that particular incident po. Okay? So, that is for the insurance of the property. due to pandemic din po, so since the safety of our members is our priority, especially now that we are still facing the threat of the pandemic, so Pag-IBIG Fund provides safe, secure, and more convenient ways for them to pay their housing loan. So member borrowers can pay through any of the following modes. So via the virtual Pag-IBIG. So I'm hoping that all of you here have a virtual Pag-IBIG account. And then through issuance of post-dated checks, through a collection servicing agreement with their company, or what we also call via salary deduction, through our accredited collection partners outlets and mobile payment facilities, and through auto debit arrangement with our partner banks. Okay. So ito po yung mga example natin. On your screen are our accredited collection partners which you may go to for your housing loan payments. So uso na po dito, I'm sure most of our members now are techy na po. Uso na po yung mga online banking. So pwede na po 'yon. Pwede niyo po siyang i-connect sa inyong virtual Pag-IBIG account. So meron din po tayong mga payment facilities or payment partner facilities that are near you. So pwede din po kayo sa kanila magbayad. Okay? Mag-save na inyong savings as well as pay your monthly amortization. Okay.